Out from the mud and the muck, it begs the question, who's going to pay for it all? So we sent KSL consumer investigator Matt Gephardt in search of that answer. What is going to be covered by insurance, and when will the homeowner be holding the bag? Matt, what'd you find?
Yeah, Mike, it's an unfortunate reality that homeowners do not realize until it's too late. Floods, not part of your standard homeowner's policy.
Last night's storm, as well as others in recent weeks, has left behind catastrophic damage in Utah, and insurance agents are now busy delivering some harsh news.
Flooding is not covered by a standard policy.
Insurance expert Michelle Megna says that thousands of homeowners every year are shocked when the inside of their home ends up wet and their insurance company leaves them high and dry. Now, to be clear, some storm damage is covered, like wind or downed trees, and some water damage is covered.
One way to look at it is water that comes from the sky or above is covered.
Yeah, if the water got in through a leaky roof, that's covered. But if that same rainwater makes it to the ground and then floods in through a basement window or seeps through the home's foundation, that is not covered unless the homeowner has a special flood insurance policy.
And here's the really bad news. Most Utahns who were impacted by these storms do not have that special flood insurance. The federal government puts out maps to warn people who may be in high-risk flood zones, and the people who live in those high-risk areas probably do have flood insurance. But that is not the only place floods strike, not by a long shot.
70% of the flooding in Utah is outside of hazard zones.
Megna says the average cost of flood insurance is around $700 a year, which is certainly not nothing, but the average cost of damage after a flood is about 40 grand.
That's one thing that you definitely want to look at because water claims are very common.
If you want flood insurance, remember you can't wait until you see rain in Kevin's 7-day forecast. It has to be in place 30 days before your home floods. We also got a question from somebody in Iron County who says, well, what about people who don't live in flood zones? Can they still get flood insurance? The answer to that question, Mike, is absolutely yes.